shout out, congratulations to Congratulations. That's a beautiful song. It's a positive song. I'm glad
Thank
y'all
you.
wrote that song out because that's actually going on in the world today. It's so relevant. When I first heard it, I said, Lord, I've been up and down this road. That's why I'm still single now. But it's a beautiful track. And how did that come? How did Congratulations come about? The whole rebirth is beautiful. I like Congratulations. I love Sorry. And Sorry, I love that song, Sorry. That is so true. And I think it's over
Overnight.
yes, overnight,
Overnight.
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 That's my song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my song. I love that song. And I love Sorry. I love that. So
Mhm.
let's just talk about how did y'all create the whole album Rebirth? Like who thought of it? Where did the name come from? Why the name and just the creation of the whole album? Because it's a beautiful album, very beautiful album.
Appreciate it. Well, I'll start with Dante. Go ahead, brother.
So we're gonna start with say congratulations. All right, congratulations, like a lot of the songs on the Rebirth project. We call purposeful music. We call purposeful writing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like thinking like, okay, there's a million songs in the world about love, basically. So it's like, how many songs is it about birthdays, anniversaries, separations, breakups? Like, it's one of those, it came about from one of those kind of situations. So most of the time you hear about people breaking up. That's what it's called. It's a breakup. Break is associated with bad things, like, you know, you broke a bone, somebody broke your heart, you broke out,
right?
you dropped and broke something, like, so separation is something different. A separation, right? A separation and moving on comes along with understanding and agreement on a lot of levels. You know, a lot of good people get in bad relationships too.
Yes.
Where's their breakup song? You know, he wasn't no low down dirty, whatever. She wasn't no low down filthy, whatever. We just ain't work out. Where's the song for that?
Yes, absolutely.
Where's the mature song for the
that's
people
what congratulations comes in? Yes. Yes.
You know, that's what Michelle A said. Shout out to Michelle A. You know what I mean? It's the grown, mature way that a lot of people really, you know, when it's time for them to separate and move on, a lot of people go that route. Everybody don't have a world star moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so that's what it's about. So the album in itself is an intentional album. We try to make the songs make sense.
Yes, and
if you want to
and
put
the
it
whole
like
album makes sense. It, like you say, it has purpose. The music you all create has purpose. It has meaning, and that's why you all have had longevity in the business, because you're not just making. You know how some artists just make crap. Be like, well, this is what sells. No, you actually thought about how people can learn, how people can grow and experience the album as what the world needs. So yes, so it definitely is for the universe. It's definitely teaching. So tell me your favorite song. What's your favorite songs on the album?
You just actually said it. You just said a couple of them when you said yours.
Really? See, what y'all don't know is I love music too. So I got a degree in audio engineering, and I know good music. So when I hear music, I was like, okay, this is it. And then what I noticed about Sorry and
Overnight.
So much in my hand. What is it called?
Overnight.
Overnight. I noticed a little Casey and JoJo. I noticed it. It stood out. I was like, man, these songs right here this is it. This is hitting. So tell me, like, why are those y'all favorite songs?
Sorry. We got our own, I think, well, for Dante, it changes a lot. I know he can speak for himself, but for me, it's like, I would say Sorry is definitely one of those songs.
Yeah, Sorry is so I would love to see a video to Sorry. That's a beautiful song. Beautiful song.
It's up there with me with Congratulations, because that there are people, he's basically, and this is a song really that's taken from the idea is taken from our previous album, our first album, which Dante is actually singing solo. It's called Apologize. So it is basically, sorry is the new apologize, really. That's what that is. So if you listen to, go back to the Love Crimes album, the No More Shopping Sprees album, you listen to a song called Apologize, and then listen to I want you to listen to both of them, and then you'll hear the concept of what it's talking about, and it's gonna be like, okay, you might mess around and cry. Like, people have cried from that old song. So I'm glad to see that it's still having the same effect.
I cried with Sorry. I cried with Sorry.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because I want to apologize. People used to cry on that song, so I'm glad to see, because it's a song that needs to be said. Some women been through stuff and never, it was the guy just whatever left, and you're incomplete. Sometimes you need closure, and that's what this song is. And sometimes, when you're dealing with the right guy, a guy that understands who you are, understands like, okay, I know she's been through some stuff, and that's kind of what the song is really taking you through. And it just brings closure. Like, look, baby, let me just get this done. Look, before we move on, let me just apologize for all the stuff that them other dudes did, because I know they still, it's undone. You know what I mean? It's still hurt there, whatever. Let me just mend that open wound right there, and so that we can move on with our relationship. So I think it's a good song that needs to be heard and need to be said, because a lot of people need that.
Yes. Chi, how do you feel about the song Sorry?
Definitely, I definitely got a deep connection to it from the first album, and the meaning is still relevant and the same to me. It's like it actually came from real situation. It actually came from our real feelings, dealing with a female, and it's like she's trying to hold you accountable for the things that the last guy did, or the guy before him, or a combination of the two. How she responds when something happened. Like, it's not even the same situation, but because her trauma is leading her back to that same feeling, like, oh, he's probably out doing this. Exactly. I'm not that dude. It's like, oh, when something happens, she just completely blow up, and you just looking at her like,
right.
What's going on with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's like you telling, hey, I'm sorry about the other dude, but hey, that ain't me. Yeah.
Right. It's unresolved issues. Yeah. And I caught myself at the other end of that as well. Being a man, that's why the song was so important, and it's still relevant. You got the next person basically paying for the last woman. So when things happen, you blow up, and she looking at you like,
right,
it wasn't that serious, but your trauma, unhealed trauma, is leading you back to that. So healing is important. Healing is definitely something we think about when we record.
Healing.
When we write, you gotta heal, man. You gotta give yourself time to heal, and you gotta heal. Very important.
Very important. She, yes, y'all are saying it. That is so true. So true. So King, so tell me, what are some things that you all think that is important to have in this industry? Because there are times where you have your up moments and your down moments, because you all did separate before and then got back together. So tell me, what led you to come back together and just keep going?
Purpose, you know what I mean? I think purpose is what everybody should see. There's a lot of people I know that don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Don't have a dream. Like, you have a platform. You already know that you're somebody that is doing something, because I'm on your platform right now. You know what I mean? Right. But there's so many people I know ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? So you don't have a purpose. A purpose gives you a place to look to it, and a place to, you know what I mean? It's a destination. It's like you're going somewhere when you have a purpose, and now that purpose can drive you. So when you have bumps in the road, when you have ups and downs, and even though my head might go underwater, when I look up, I can see my purpose there. But if you ain't got no purpose, you head underwater and you don't see nothing. You're like, yo, ain't nobody there. And that's how a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I would say for anything, have a purpose, because that will drive you, you know, that will anchor you. You see so many artists that are legends. You can tell their music was a part of their purpose. And they felt like it was a part of who they were supposed to
Yes.
be. And so whatever it is for you, if you are a hairstylist, whatever it is you do, purpose, and let that guide you, let that drive you.
Purpose. Yes. What about you, Chi?
What was the question again? I gotta go back. I was deep into what he was saying.
I was saying, what are some things that are important to have? You know, pursuing your dreams, your goals, your passion. What are some things that you feel are important to carry with you, to never give up, to just keep going?
A reason. A reason why a reason why you're doing what you do, which falls in line with purpose. You know, it's like our mission from the beginning. I'm going back to the beginning of, like, before we even had the name Ruff Endz. We was
Yes,
just
take me
Dave and
back,
Brown.
baby. Take me back. Yes.
It was so many people dying in our neighborhood. It's like, and to even talk about it today is crazy, because we still averaging like 350 murders a year, and we are a small place. So back then it was like, it's like, dang, you know, we've both been taught to take what you have to make a way for yourself. And one of the best things that we did that came to us easily was music, was singing, was writing. So to us, we always knew that music was a part of it. And for us, you know, we had purpose and we had a reason, you know, and our reason was being, you know, definitely to make a better way for ourselves, but to make an impact in the middle of chaos, in the middle of hopelessness. You know, for a lot of people, we found out they really believed in us after we came out. It could be people that was, you know, was around you like, yeah, they, you know, they like us and they this, they that, but it's still people in the back of their minds like, I saw so many people try to make it, like, and then I heard these stories years later. Oh, I was sitting in the yard over DOC. They telling us all these locked up stories. I was locked up over there, and I was like, oh, they made it. You know, for me, that's big at the same time. Not that they got incarcerated or whatever the case is, but the story of when they saw that we actually did it is like, you know, we made you a believer. You know, that what we believed in and our purpose and our reason, you know. So to have a reason, it could be for a better life for your kids. It could be you think that, you know, hip hop is missing a certain element or a certain impact. You know, you got your artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. That's how I feel when I look at them. Like, you know, we need more of those kind of artists. You know, that's speaking about conscious things instead of following the herd, so to speak. So I would say reason, you know.
I definitely agree. And Chance, what do you say about reason? You agree with what she said?
Yeah, your reason why is like, my mentor used to always say, why it don't make you cry, then you need to why, because that is what, again, that's what make you bulletproof. When people know, when people tell you, like, we met Randy Jackson from American Idol, you know what I mean? He didn't see it, you know what I mean? He didn't believe in Ruff Endz. Not to say he didn't think we have talent, but he just didn't see it. And not everybody's gonna see it, you know what I mean?
Right. Say that again. Ooh, say that
Not,
again, because me being a celebrity host, everybody, you know, don't believe in Mother Earth. You know, they just like look at me like, she's a pretty girl, she's a host, but it's more to me. But you know, I got to keep going. I got to keep going because God knows what He's doing, and I got to trust the process. So I totally agree. I agree.
That's it. You keep going, keep going, keep going. That is the key. Consistency, consistency. It don't matter. You just keep swinging. In baseball, out of 10, out 7 times, $3 million.
Wow.
That's the odds. That's a millionaire hitter. You
Wow.
That's how they call good. You only hit 3 times and you $3 million. So I mean, look at the odds of that. But here's the deal: no one's swinging. So that's why you say it don't matter. They might not get 7, don't make it, but 1,
You're right.
you know,
right.
The Bible said it this way: keep sowing. If you sow, you're gonna reap.
Come on, Jack. Come on. Talk to me.
An aggressive sower. So I mean,
yes.
You know, we other people sow because they're passionate. And I think for me, in being young, I was very passionate. So it didn't matter if it was ups and downs. My passion, I was doing music. I was riding over I was riding over the negativity. You know what I mean? Up in somebody's living room while they having breakfast, riding over top of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
They was I don't believe I'm over top of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was passionate. We was like, when people told us no, we did. It hurt us sometimes. Like, dang, but you know, we was back up and running. It took it like, okay. The question was, first of all, it was a question, which is taking note of. What can I do? How can I improve? Well, we got to figure this out. And that was the attitude. Every time we got to know, we had to figure it out. And when we were a group, because we started out as a group, we had ran into one of our dear friends and a guy we looked up to. Shout out to Scola De Niro of the multi-platinum group Drew Hill. He met us in, right on the corner of Monroe and Emerson. Franklin Street. And he was like, man, look, I know y'all been trying to do the 4-man group thing because that's what y'all that want to do. That's what y'all emulating, and you want to be like Jodeci, Boyz II Men. But the other guys in the group, if it's not working out, just rock with y'all two. Y'all are working out. You know what I mean? He basically told us to rock, just do it with the 2 of us. And we never thought of that. Like, it never even clicked to just do it with the 2 of us. We think we needed 2 more people. And when he said that, it just clicked, like, boom, Ruff Endz was born. You know what I mean? Beautiful. And here we are years later. So
beautiful, King. Beautiful. Yes. And tell me, where did you all get the title Rebirth for this album?
Actually, from our the CEO of the label that we have a deal with right now, SRG Universal. Shout out to Claude Valeni over there. Yeah. David.
No, I said shout out to Claude.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Claude. So yeah, man, it was perfect. It was perfect for our city rebuilding after the riots, after the uprising from Freddie Gray, the whole Freddie Gray situation, Freddie Gray losing his life to the hands of the police. The city was on fire. The group getting back together. The rebirth, as far as we was first year of our deal with SRG, like it just fit everything, Yes, sir.
Beautiful. And rebirth means new beginnings, new horizons, new everything. So the title it's just beautiful. Rebirth. This is so beautiful. We all going through a rebirth. We are all going through rebirth. So it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So King, so I have one more question. So tell me, what advice would you give those that do not have resources, do not have a team, and that's just doing everything by themselves? What advice would you give them?
Start with yourself. First of all, YouTube University is what I like to call it. YouTube University. I say it again. You know what I mean? Plethora of information. So understand where the money is in the business. And once you understand where the money's at, then you know what to do. A lot of times, a lot of artists, especially independent or new artists, don't know where they just doing stuff and they just making music. And you could be doing it for 10 years and not making no money. And that's why your friends are looking at you like, oh, somewhere, you know what I mean? And they work. Understand the business, learn the business, And, you know, because you got the internet now. We didn't have it when we were out. When Ruff Endz came out, we didn't have no internet. We was hoping somebody else would tell us what to do. And we was praying on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't have, you can go right to the horse's mouth and hear what's going on right now, how to do it, XYZ. The second thing is definitely make sure that you, whatever you are, if you're a rapper, a singer, artist, make sure that you're an artist that can really sing or really talented, because those are the artists that have the longevity, that long career, and end up, you know, getting $30 million to do a Las Vegas residency because they can still sing, you know, like Charlie Wilson or Boyz II Men, that's still making millions of dollars in Vegas because, you know, they built a catalog of music, versus the artists that is built around gimmicks and things like that. Those things aren't gonna last. I mean, you can get a hit and then, you know, you'll have a hit, but as far as a long career, you know, those are the two things I would suggest.
Beautiful, beautiful, great, excellent wisdom advice, Chance. Wisdom. What about you, Chi Baby?
Definitely hit us up on our page, official Ruff Endz. You know what I'm saying? We get into a lot of things. We share a lot of things. But sharpening your craft. It goes along with like the last thing that Dave was saying. Like, there's so much information available to you. There are people everywhere from producers, writers, singers that's doing like master classes online and all kind of, you know, stuff like that. And a lot of people look at this stuff like a cliche, like a quick money maker for some of these people. But to be honest, a lot of people can benefit from a lot of those things because there are a lot of things that you don't know. Simple things, the simple stuff about this business. Like, just for example, something that still applies today that I seen on one of those master classes. When you sending in your stuff, for instance, like for doing voiceovers, there's a certain way that you send in the material after you do the voiceover. You have to label it and put the information on it a certain way, or they won't even see it. It can't even, it doesn't even catalog in that system. Something that small could go against all of your efforts, but it's just ignorance. It's just not knowing. It's just, you know, you didn't put in the due diligence to learn that one little thing that could make the difference in you landing a role and the next person landing a role. You know, it's just knowledge. It's just informing yourself as much as possible so nobody just can't tell you anything. You know, you come in a room knowing what you're talking about, knowing what they're talking about, you know. So
learning that business, you like to reinforce that learning. We're in the music business. I know you love music, but you gotta learn the business. And
business is a bigger word. Business is a bigger word than music.
That is business. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, I was like, I'm going in the studio I'm producing stuff for other people. Am I getting the paperwork? I'm not dealing the business. I just want to do the music. We vibing. Yo, we up in the studio, the vibe, yo, you cool. I'm not worried about that. Let's get this record done. Not handling the business. Nigga didn't even put me on a song as a writer when I actually produced it. It was my song. I was actually the original producer. So but I learned, those are lessons learned, you know what I mean? Because I was so, you know, dealing with the music and not the business. So don't do that. Deal with the business.
Don't do that.
Doing it right. Learn the business as you grow in your talent and your artistry is, of course, collaborate. I would, if I can go back and do it again, I would collaborate with 1,000 more artists, because every artist that we work with has deposited something in us and left us with some goodies, you know what I mean, that has added to our artistry, you know what I mean? So that's it. And y'all got it. Keep your faith, put God first in everything you do, and don't stop. Like Papa said, don't stop. Get it.
Yes. So I just want to let you all know, thank you so much for talking with me today. You didn't have to take your time out your schedule to talk to me, but I appreciate it. And thank you so much for talking with me. I'm so happy for you all. I can't wait to see what God has in store for both of you all. You all are doing beautiful things right now, phenomenal things. We need Ruff Endz. We need y'all to stay together and continue to bring that beautiful music. And we love you all. I love you all. I wish I could give you all a hug. Just hug you all. I'm a hugger and a lover. So you all, thank you for talking with me today. Yes.
Have an awesome day, Queen.
You do the same.
Thank you so much.
You do the same. Thank you, Chance. Thank you, Chi Baby. You all have